I am aboard a Fleming at Dusseldorf. Fleming have an amazing reputation for quality of build and seakeeping, and their ability to go literally anywhere in the world. This one is the 65. Come with me, let's have a look round. So being at the show, we are lucky enough to be able to have a look at the underwater profile of this boat. It is of course a displacement boat, but let's just wander around and you can see the size of that bow thruster. If I just put my hand there, you'll get an idea of the scale of it. We come back along this chine, you can see these fin stabilizers which are 0 speed, and then just moving aft, I'm just going to dive under here so you can see these props and rudders, because like everything else they are huge. You can see some rope cutters on there, and of course the bathing platform there, and our stern thruster around here. Some big old blocks of anodes. Right, let's jump onto the transom here and have a good look at this bathing platform. Got a passerelle over there, we can see our power inputs there, lovely big gate. And what you do find on boats like this are these safety rails here. So let's just jump into the cockpit. And we'll start over here and have a really good look round, because it really is very, very spacious and very, very safe as well. So over there we've got a ladder up to the Flybridge, but we're going to actually get up there in a different way. We've got our entrance here, and then under here we have our third helm control. So if you are stern mooring, you can jump in there and reverse the boat back into your berth. Storage under there, and a beautiful, beautiful teak floor. Here we've got a lovely table that unfolds. You can see the leaves here that unfold. If you can see down there, that is a high-low table, so it drops down or goes up. So I'm just going to, while I've got the chance, jump down into the engine space. Now this boat has twin MAN 800 horsepower engines, which give it a speed of 18 knots maximum. Let's have a look around this aft bit first. So in here we've got water makers, compressors, steering systems. Just look at this, all beautifully, beautifully engineered. Just look at that. And look at this floor, sort of rubberized non-slip, which really feels safe. And if we come through here, we come into the main engine room. Got these huge Master Volt batteries there, and you can see all the way around we've got all these systems. Just look at all those Master Volt, not Victron, chargers and power handlers. Over here we have a huge generator, and then we move forward to these beautiful MAN 800s, which, as I say, will give 18 knots maximum. And they can be quite frugal. If you reduce your speed to 8 knots, this boat has a range of around 2,000 miles. Just look at all this there. Fuel polishing system there. That's your stabilizer down there. And these are 0 speed stabilizers as well. So they're fins, but you don't have to be moving. Look at this watertight door as well. Beautiful. Right, I'll hop up again. And we'll have a little wander down the side decks, because this is quite spectacular. Got these beautiful cleats through those fairleads there, they come down from there. Have a gate here, should you be moored side to. And a great handrail here, very, very safe. More chunky mooring gear. And of course all this is covered here. And this is actually for stowing boat hooks, something like that, any kind of pole thing. So as we come up onto the Portuguese bower, again you've got a gate here. But if we go forward, you've got an access out onto the bow proper, which unfortunately we're not allowed out there at the show. But let's just have a little look around this bow, because there's more super mooring gear. You can have a lot of lines on this boat. And then up there we have our twin anchors, twin windlass. There's some storage under there, access to the chain lockers. And up here as well you've got these big storage hatches here, lockers for warps or fenders. And just there's a hatch, what we'll see when we go down below in a minute. But again we've got more of that chunky mooring gear and another access through there. Just quickly look down here, you've got a mirror image of the other side. But just looking at out from the wheelhouse, you've got this lovely brow up there, which is very characterful, but will keep a bit of rain off, I guess, but most of the spray is likely to be coming forward. So let's go onto the bridge and just take this in, because this is a very special place to be helming your boat from. Let's give you a little bit of a look around first. So I think those are probably the biggest screens I've ever seen. Huge through nose. All your switch gear down here. Wheel, this beautiful helm seat. It's almost too much to talk about. There's your 0-speed stabilizers. That's actually a camera going off the stern. And then we've even got more instruments up here. And there you have your fusion. But look at this beautiful area to be sitting while you're on passage. Now that's the steps up to the Flybridge, and we'll have a look there in a minute. Again, you've got more switches in here. Got some lovely drawers in here. Look at this beautiful action on that. If I just open that and you watch that close, it's just fabulous. And the quality of all this is superb. And of course, an amazing view out. But you could go through pretty much anything in this. Now handily, if you're on passage, you don't have to go off if you need to go to the loo, because you've got a really nicely fitted out heads in here with a bit of storage there, and a mirrored ceiling, and that's a bit of a theme you'll see as we go around. But let's wander up onto the Flybridge, because this is something quite special. I will just give you a quick scan around to start with, and then let's have a good look. So to starboard we have this beautiful sun pad with these backs, so you can face forward, catch the sun if it's at a low angle, because you have got this hard top, but you can see where you're going. And then look at this helm station, this beautiful helm seat again, double seat. And then up here, nothing like down below of course, but still pretty well kitted out. So we've got 3 big screens there. We've got our shifters, joystick which we had down below, thrusters, engine management system, stabilizers, and of course all the engine numbers will be displayed on these screens. Beautiful, beautiful teak everywhere. So this is the wet bar. Under here we have just a sink. That's just a storage cupboard in there. But here we have an ice maker, and here we have a good sized fridge. You might be thinking, how do we cook? Well, your cooking grill is actually over here. So that's this one. Beautiful, a bit like you've probably got in your garden. But have a look at that. That's amazing. Just fabulous. And what a view to cook from. But let's just take in what we've got in this seating area, because it is fabulous. So seating for, gosh, I don't know, 6, 8. Lovely, lovely table that again will go up and down there. Then you come on to, you can see from the decking you're leaving this sort of enclosed cockpit, and there's a gate there to keep you enclosed, and you come onto the bit that is actually not undercover from the hardtop. So you've got the grill that we saw earlier. Down the side here you have your safety equipment, so your life raft, etc. And then as we come back on this side, we've got a great size storage locker there. We've got a hatch down to the cockpit, which we saw earlier. And what we've also got is another helm station. So if you wanted to, you could back it into your berth from here. You've only got a joystick, but that does most of the controls. You've got your engine on and off there, but you could actually reverse her into the berth from here. And what a great view you'd have. And here we have just a good size storage again. And then if we look to starboard, we have this huge storage area for this rib, which just cranes up here. I'll just go down here and you can see that crane there, which will just launch it over the side for you. But this really is a go anywhere boat, and go some distance, as you can tell with that 2,000 mile range. Just over here on the port side opposite that dining table, got this fabulous little sofa. Oh, I just love these. Look, even the little deck lights have got the F for Fleming logo on them. It really is stunning. And you would feel so safe up here. It really is very encompassing and enclosing. Let's go back down and we're going to have a look at some of the accommodation.
So they will give some pitching control.
We'll go down here and I'm going to go straight to the master cabin, because that is quite impressive. And again, I'll just let you take it all in, because there's a lot to see here. So we have this elevated bed, and I'll give you an idea. So that's my waist here. So it is quite high, but you step up there, you've got ports out either side, and you've got that hatch up there that we saw on the foredeck there. A mirror ahead of that, but everywhere is just this beautiful, beautiful wood. Lots of storage for knickknacks, lighting. I mean, it's just a lovely place to sleep. Here we've got very deep storage cupboards. That's got hanging up there. You've got drawers down here, which again are on soft close. And the same on the other side, nice deep hanging cupboards. That one's actually got a port in there. More cupboards there. You've got a dressing table here with a little lift up thing in there for your bits and bobs, and again another one here, really deep, that one. Cupboards there. Nice big flat screen so you can entertain yourself. And let's just go into the ensuite for this one, because it's again beautifully finished. It's like being in an epic hotel. Lovely marble worktop, inset sink, got storage behind those mirrors, storage there, really good size walk-in shower cubicle, towel rail there, heated towel rail, electric loo down there, and again up here we have this mirrored ceiling which makes it feel twice as tall as it is. And if we just go back into this second cabin, we've got two singles, but it doesn't end there, and I'll show you that in a minute. We've got nice storage here, controls for aircon, but what we do have up here as well is this berth, which looks a little narrow at the moment, actually slides out to here. That infills and you've got another good sized berth there, and this, if you undo that bolt, comes down, sits on that block there, and you've got another berth. So it's actually 4 good sized berths in here, and they just make into bunk beds effectively. More storage there, but again just fabulous quality. Here we have an ensuite as well, so sink, cubbies in there, we've got a window, towel rail, loo, again a big walk-in shower, and again we have that mirrored ceiling. Very, very beautifully finished. So let's come out here, and before we go back to the other cabin, I'm just going to show you behind this door, because here we have your laundry facilities with a Miele washing machine and tumble dryer. Let's go into the third cabin, which is a little bit smaller. So we have this single berth, which is very nice, and then up by the window you've got this, which looks like, I don't know, a berth for a pet or something, but in fact this whole section folds down, sits on this ledge, and is another berth. Let's just have a look behind here, and again we've got a lovely big hanging wardrobe with doors below, and then again we have an ensuite, electric loo, towel rail, walk-in shower, sink again, and of course the optical illusion of a mirrored ceiling. Let's just wander back and we'll take a look at this saloon, because I'm going to start back here, just give you a pan around so you can appreciate what we've got here.
No, I don't think we will at the show. We meet people.
So the galley area up forward there, but as we come in on this port side, we have the all-important bar. So down there there's a wine fridge, cupboard, storage for your glasses here, and of course a sink if you did want to put a drop of water in your whiskey. But then we come to this big table, so you could dine in here, lots of seating along there, and then stools along there, and then this side is more relaxing, so a low coffee table, freestanding chairs, and that decent sized sofa along there. Okay, we've got storage there, bookshelf there, and then we come into the galley area, and the first thing you hit when you come into the galley area is this massive fridge freezer. So a big fridge at the top and a big freezer drawer down there, and here we've got a little preparation storage area, cupboards, but a beautiful sized window out there, and then we have our galley here with high level cupboards, cupboards over there. Can't get in there at the moment, but there's double
It's a
sink,
big, huge government building.
cookers over there. But just fabulous, beautiful place to relax and enjoy. So there we have it, the Fleming 65. What a stunning boat. Quality just leaps out at you everywhere. If you want any more information on this boat, you'll find Fleming's details just below this video, and we hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to subscribe. We've got a lot more boats coming from Dusseldorf, so we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching.